Welcome, welcome, welcome to Queer Conversations. I'm your host, G of Vergy TV. I'm here every Tuesday, 6 p.m. EST, sharing LGBTQ stories. My guest today is Alfredo Olvera.
Yeah,
right?
You got it right, yes.
Great. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. And Alfredo is the director of the Dolphin Democrats.
That is correct.
And also serves on the HRC South Florida Steering Committee. Great work.
Thank you.
So let me welcome everybody who's watching. Please share the conversation. Please join the conversation. You have questions, comments, jump in. We're going to be talking about politics, something very important in all of our lives.
Especially right now.
Yeah, why especially right now?
Well, we have such an important election. I know every election is the election of your lifetime, but this time it really is. And in 2 years, it will also be the election of our lifetime. There's so much going on right now that we're trying so hard to get the vote out and make sure that we elect the right politicians to try to control what's actually happening in our country.
Yes.
So I'm super excited about this election. And, with so many organizations like HRC and the Dolphin Democrats and many others, Women's March, who are trying to get people to the polls.
Right. So let's start off with Dolphin Democrats. Let's talk a little bit about what it is and what that you do there.
So the Dolphin Democrats, it's a LGBT organization. It's a charter affiliate of the Florida LGBTA Democratic Caucus.
Okay, great.
Yeah. So we represent. There are a few regions. There are 7 regions, and we represent Broward County.
Okay, good.
That's what, in a nutshell, that's what the Dolphin Democrats.
Okay, and so the organization has done like endorsements, right?
Yes, we a few years back we earned the right to do endorsements.
Okay.
Not all caucuses, not all charter chapters of the caucuses do organization.
Okay.
But we in Broward County we do.
Okay. So what is that process like? Because when you do an endorsement, it means you're saying, we think you should vote for this candidate. That's what it is, right?
So, that's what people think it is.
Oh, so tell me.
Alrighty, so it's a
it?
way more complicated process than that. It's a very long, we've been doing this since we started with the endorsements for Florida mayor and commissioner.
Okay.
So pretty much we reach out to the candidates and then...
Jasmine, hey, thanks
for
Jasmine. Yeah, I know you know this guy here. Thanks for joining.
So we reach out to the candidates and we send them a questionnaire that it was developed a few years back, and it's towards LGBT members, and it has also about all sorts of questions. There's about 20-something questions. Okay. They return the questionnaire. The committee reviews the questionnaire, and then we present it. Hey, Nick.
Hey, Nick. Hey.
And then the committee reviews the questionnaire and puts it available to all the members. Okay. Right now we have 270 members, and then the members at our monthly meeting, depending on where we are on the race, they go and they select the candidates that they want to endorse.
Okay, and then you tell the community.
And then we tell the community.
Who you think.
Yes, but it's definitely a group effort. It's not just 5 or 6 people in a room. It's a lot of people involved.
That's good to know. And what inspired you in the first place to be doing this work? Why is it important to you?
To me it's important because I think it's more than anything is information. Yeah, we gotta get people informed about the candidates. We gotta give the candidates the opportunity to interact with the LGBT community. Okay, great. So that was what really inspired me. I wanted to get to know the candidates, and I wanted the members to get to know the candidates. Right. I wanted to make sure that.
Excuse me. My first sneeze live. I think I don't know if I've sneezed live before.
Yeah, so that's what inspired me to do this.
Okay, good.
It's important. It's important that everybody knows who, the process and why we endorse those candidates, and it's important they know that those candidates actually care to actually send that questionnaire. Right.
So let me big up and thank Nick, because Nick got Alfredo here today, and Nick's very involved in Dolphin Democrats.
Yes, she is.
And also in HRC, which we're going to talk about as well. So we're going to put the links for Dolphin Democrats. What if someone's watching this and wants to get involved? How does someone get involved in that organization?
It's very simple. I highly recommend everybody to come to our meetings first. Okay. We meet the second Wednesday of every month. Okay. 6:30 p.m. at the Pride Center. Okay. So it's very simple, very easy. 6:30 p.m. second Wednesday of every month. and the meetings usually last about 2 hours.
Okay, good. That's
Yeah, there's a little bit of socializing. We have free pizza.
Okay, so you get free food too, yeah? Right.
Free
Maybe
pizza
some
and
soda.
Yeah, some sodas, water.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So, people are getting more excited, it seems, this election, maybe because of Andrew Gillum. What are your thoughts about Gillum as our candidate to be governor in Florida?
Who doesn't love Andrew Gillum?
Well, we hope most people love him. We need him to be our next governor.
So you know what? This is the one thing that we did with the Dolphin Democrats. We actually went to every single campaign, and we asked every single candidate for governor to come and do a meet and greet.
Okay.
And Andrew Gillum was the second campaign that we had. What is Nick saying?
He was the best person for this. He's awesome. He should be our next president of Dolphin. Okay, this is for you here. Yeah, you're going to be the next president. So you're director now, and then you're going to be governor president.
Well, we have elections every 2 years.
Okay.
But before we get to that.
Okay, we'll get to that.
Gillum. And that's how I met Gillum, and what an inspiring person.
Yes, I've met him. He is really.
His energy is just so contagious.
Yes, and I feel like he connects to...
He's real.
Really authentically connecting to people.
He's very real. His story is real. He comes from a humble background, and he has been able to just activate those voters that have been like they just didn't care, and we got the right candidate. We got the right candidate to run for Florida, and he's gonna be our next governor. Isn't he, Nick?
Yes, he will. Yes, he will. So yeah, for everybody in Florida, please vote for Andrew Gillum for governor.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the best. He is the best choice.
And right now we're in the early voting period, right?
That is correct. So in Florida, we get the opportunity to vote for 2 weeks. Go to the polls.
That's wonderful. Yeah.
For 2 weeks, the polls will close on this upcoming Sunday, November 4th, at 7 p.m.
Okay.
So until 7 p.m., you have the opportunity to vote, and at any location. You can go to browardsoe.org and find out the locations where you can vote. You can also, if you are one of those people that requested a mail-in ballot and didn't get a chance.
I brought mine here.
We know somebody here.
Yeah. So I will talk about this because this is the actual ballot, right?
Yes.
Like all of this. So this here. So a lot of people, I saw people posting.
So how many pages is yours?
I think it's like 9 pages. It's a lot. So I saw people post like jokes like, oh, this is like SAT and, there's all the amendments and everything. So it can be intimidating. What are you saying to people who get this in the mail? Like this is, I hope I'm not intimidating anybody else.
So here's the thing, here's one of the things that I sometimes makes me wonder about people. They are...
Okay, so this is our ballot here in Broward County. So one... and it's two-sided. 1, 2...
Yeah, so you have 5
3,
pages
4,
both
5.
sides.
I think all of them are two-sided.
10 pages. You're in the city of Fort Lauderdale. Some cities have 11 pages, so maybe 12.
Yes.
But here it is. How much was the lottery? $1.6 million.
Oh, billion.
$1 billion, I'm sorry. And people waited for 20 minutes.
In line, yeah.
I went to vote over here at ArtServe, and it took me 10 minutes. So, now why is it important?
Yeah, well, some people feel also like, is it going to really even impact my actual life?
Absolutely.
My day-to-day life? Sometimes people don't feel like that.
So there's 3 parts to the ballot that will impact your life. There's the federal part, where you get to choose the senators and the congresswomen, and then you have at the state level, and then you have the local.
Yeah, local.
Now the politics start at the local level.
Right.
The local politicians have direct influence in how do you live your life.
Right.
Local taxes,
yes,
you name it, everything.
Your water, your streets,
yeah, schools and everything.
Yeah,
so when you go to vote, start from the bottom up,
right?
Because the most important stuff that affects your daily life starts at the bottom.
Right.
Of the bottom.
Yeah, and we have our judicial candidates too.
And the thing is that in over here we have MPA seats, which are non-party affiliated.
Right.
Some of them are Democrats and some others are Republican.
Right.
You don't know on the ballot when it comes to city commissioners or city mayors. They're just running as a mayor or a commissioner. So that's why it's so important to get to get informed.
Some information about everybody.
Yeah.
So I wanted to, hey Lisa, thanks for joining. I know she's up in like maybe like Orlando
Hi,
area.
Lisa.
She's saying she already voted. That's wonderful. And there they only had 2 pages. Good for you guys.
Oh my God.
Up there. So yeah, we have
what about the amendments?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they didn't have the amendments.
No. The Florida State
statewide?
amendments. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Wow,
I don't know.
2
But yeah,
pages.
well, thanks for joining. If you have any questions for Alfredo, please jump in with questions. And we're going to talk about HRC, but I also want to talk about you personally a little bit.
Sure.
So in terms of, we share LGBTQ stories here. In terms of the spectrum of LGBTQ or the community, how do you identify?
I identify as a male, gay, men.
Gay man.
Gay men.
Gay man. Okay. And
I've been out for quite a few years.
yeah, I was going to ask you a little bit about your coming out story. If you have a coming out story that you want to share.
I do. I'll give you the brief now because
Okay.
I'm Latino, so this could turn into soap opera.
Novela, right?
Telenovela,
I know,
yeah,
they're telenovela.
I came out quite a few years ago. It was one of the hardest decisions that I had to make because being Catholic and Latino, it's you get all that pressure.
Yes,
it's like the macho, like immediately your family thinks that if you are coming out as a gay man, you're less than. So
less than a man.
Yes. So going through those, I came out to my mom. It was difficult. There was a period of time that we didn't talk.
Oh well. Sorry.
But it's one of the things. If you know me that when I want to do something, I go ahead and I do it. And I said, you know what? It's not my problem.
Right.
I am who I am.
Exactly.
So she's gonna accept me. So I just put my gay life right in front of her.
Okay, good for you.
And give her the choice.
Yeah.
Obviously, not every person has the ability to do that.
Right, exactly.
It is. But I was able because, my mom is a loving, understanding woman.
Right.
She just had to go through the process.
Sometime.
It's a two-way street, like we come out and in most cases it's very painful and it's very hard because, it's lack of understanding for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that if the two people educate themselves, you can make the ride a little smoother.
Yes.
So that's what I did. When I started making gay friends, I didn't hide them from my family.
Right, that's great.
I went and I brought them in to dinner. If my sisters were able to get friends home, why wouldn't I?
Right.
So that was the process, and then she ended up loving my friends more than me.
Oh, isn't that funny? So it just takes time, It
is a process.
It is a process,
but you have to. I think sometimes you have a tendency to forget that it is a process for both groups, like for you coming out and also for the person who's like, you're changing your whole life.
Because we assume, generally people assume that their children are straight.
Yes.
Right? So that's why we have a
Absolutely.
coming out process. But I think time should change where we should not assume children are and that people are straight and just let them be and see who they are. But it does happen that we assume, so your mom of course felt that.
Yeah.
Probably thinking, where is your wife coming up?
Kids,
kids and all that.
And this was quite a few years ago. Nowadays I have one of my nephews is gay. He didn't need to come out.
Okay, good for him.
He was
Time.
just
It was just casual.
Just
here's my boyfriend.
Yeah, exactly. And I love that, and I hope that we continue.
I love that.
Obviously, we live in a bubble.
Yeah.
Well,
and where we are in Fort Lauderdale or in the United
States.
States, because I was just having a conversation with someone earlier about, we're very fortunate here, but there's many places in the world where it's deadly, so we're very blessed here. I saw that Jasmine said she did her ballot and it was easy for her to get through
Nick
it.
said my mom is gorgeous.
And Nick said your mom is gorgeous.
Thank you, Nick.
Hey, thanks for joining, Holly. I had to say hello to all the Florida Bar families. I went to a quick, I guess like a happy hour and then came here for this. So
okay.
I have lots of people here that I'm happy that I could see you guys. Thank you for sharing your story.
No problem.
And let's talk a little bit about HRC.
Well, I just joined thanks to Nick.
Yeah, Nick got, and I'll tell you, I was involved. So before you, I was on so HRC is the Human Rights Campaign. And
Civil rights organization for the one that don't know. And they do a fantastic job.
Right.
Help with marriage equality.
Yes.
And there's many other things in the plans to pass in the next few years.
Right.
HRC is such an important part of our gay lives, our LGBT, because they are activists. This organization that is, it take us where we really need to be.
Yeah.
So, and there's room for everybody to join.
Right, and so I was saying earlier, Nick got me involved several years ago, and I was able to go to DC. We went and we were able to lobby there. I had a lot of great experiences, and you still see me pop up here and there. But I love that it gives a space for people in their local communities to become advocates.
Absolutely,
right? So that's
which I think
thing.
is very important.
Yes. So,
yeah, it's very important now, especially in this moment in time where we live in. It's extremely important to that if you have a voice to, let it be heard.
Yeah, so we're going to be putting the links in for everything we're discussing, so stay tuned for that. And so there's HRC South Florida, and I know that HRC is having its first gala.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
And I'm one of the co-chairs along with Nick and our friend Rob.
Okay, great.
And
great.
it's a huge event. It's a fantastic opportunity for the HRC to fundraise. That's, everything that the HRC does is because they fundraise money. And they do events, and we count on the donation of people who actually do care about the HRC and the causes that they're fighting for. And it costs a lot of money to fight this. You're an attorney, yeah?
Yes, I am.
So you know how that goes. So it costs a lot of money. It's not cheap. So we gotta support these organizations.
So what inspired you to do all this kind of work? Like, what was
2016.
2016.
Yes.
What happened in 2016?
Oh God, I don't think anybody knows what happened in 2016. Jeez, I felt the night of November 8th, I felt like the world just collapsed on top of me. It was horrible. It was depressing, but it was not depressing because Hillary lost. It was depressing because, God, I felt like America was blind and just didn't see what was coming. Because I truly believe that this country is desperate for inspiration. And we found inspiration in President Obama, but they wanted more.
Right.
And I think that our current president, who I must not name.
Right. It's funny, I don't say the name either. No, don't say it. I don't write it, say it.
Yeah, and he was able to spread this this message of hate, and people that were like looking for change, saw him as somebody who was actually going to bring change. But I don't think, it woke up the misogynist men, it woke up that
racist.
It gave them all a voice, the racists, and it's just terrible. It is so terrible what we're going through right now. And again, back to the bubble. We don't see it as much because we live in Fort Lauderdale. We live in Broward County.
Thanks, Nick. If you could put in the link for for Dolphin Democrat too, because that would be great too. If you can. If not, we have all the links we're going to add. So
as many of us, I was in a state of depression, like what's going to happen.
That night.
Yeah, what is going to happen?
I was in Wilton Manor, a few of us were down there, and I just feel just like the glum.
Oh my God, it was terrible.
Yeah, because I thought we were going to a celebration.
We were at a beautiful party.
Hillary had come about maybe just days prior.
2 weeks before, yeah.
2 weeks. Me and Nick have a selfie. She actually took my camera because we were trying to do something, and Hillary took it. And she was like, "Here we go," and we were like, "Wow!" So there's this selfie. So I just felt,
That's funny. We were there in the same room.
Oh, you were there. That's so funny. Yeah, we were right from. She took it, and then I took my first one. It was the first time he voted ever. He was at 18, and I just remember feeling like, "What an amazing thing! He's voting for the first female president."
That was my first time voting because I had just become my process of becoming a citizen had been delayed, and the paperwork took forever. So I was so excited to vote for the first female candidate, and at the same time I was so devastated. But anyway, so we mourned.
Yeah.
Me and some friends decided, okay, so what are we gonna do about it? Are we just gonna
take action?
So we decided to do a little brunch, and
nice.
Think that gay people do best,
right.
brunch and mimosas,
right.
and talk about politics.
Yes.
And it turned into this thing called the Resistance Brunch. So we meet once a month, 10 months out of the year, and we talk about politics, invite local politicians, and Nick has been invited, but she's never in town for that.
Is it in Miami or Broward?
No, it's in Broward.
It's in Broward.
Yeah.
I know Nick's really busy, but yeah,
she's
I'm sure
super busy. But that's how it started. And then I met somebody who introduced me to the Dolphin Democrats.
Okay, great.
And that's where I met Nick as well.
And that's how you got to HRC.
Yeah, and I used to live in Atlanta for 9.5 years, so
okay.
I was always involved with the HRC, but not more in a volunteer,
right?
Sporadically.
And this is more consistent.
This is
steering committee.
Yeah, steering committee is serious stuff.
Yeah, well,
and we're really fighting the good fight, and it's definitely a commitment.
Okay. Well, I'm glad we're having the. As she said, stop it, she wants to come. I know Nick will make it. Don't give up on Nick. She'll make it. But Nick got a lot. Nick has a lot on her plate. It's super exclusive.
It is.
Okay. So what I like, there's a lot of things I like about this conversation. One is, and we were saying this earlier, here in Queer Conversations, sharing LGBT stories, a lot of our stories are a lot in the arts, because, I do a lot in the art world, and other things, right, that are important in our lives. But I want us to, of course, address something that's the center in many ways. We don't think of it, but politics impacts all of our lives. So I'm glad we're having this conversation. And also, I know there are people who are watching who are thinking, I want to get involved, and you're giving people a place, right? Mm-hmm. This is Wilton Mountain. We're in Fort Lauderdale here, but right next door, Dolphin Democrats meet, the first, you said, what is it, Wednesday?
The second Wednesday of every month, yes.
So, and I see Nick put a link there. You can go there, and you can get the information and go each month. And get a lot of people feel, and that's the thing, that's the good part of how horrible everything is, that these things motivate people. Not everybody, but it motivates people to kind of take action, So I think we're going to have a really great voter turnout.
So if the numbers are correct, and forgive me anybody if I don't have the right numbers. So last year, last midterm election, mm-hmm. The voter turnout was, I believe, 40%.
Okay.
So right now we're at 22.
Wow. Okay.
But we got ways to go. So
yeah, some people need to mail in their ballots.
So here's what it's going. Let me give you a few numbers so people have a realization of what's happening.
Okay.
There are more registered Democrats and MPA, non-party affiliated independents, than Republicans.
Okay, good.
So in
this
numbers,
is the whole state.
So the whole state.
The whole state.
In numbers, Florida is a Democratic state when you look at just Democrats against.
Okay, good.
However, we haven't had anybody inspiring until this year. We have really good, amazing candidates this year.
I think that people didn't even think about this, our race for governor with excitement until this race. And I've been in Florida since 2002, and I've never seen people excited like this. But it's Barack Obama, 2008. Yes. He has that same he's authentic, he's down to earth, he really takes his time, and he's connected with what people really care about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
I have a question.
Okay, so Nick says here, people need to vote. Don't wait until Tuesday when the lines are long. Don't believe that these polls that Dems are winning.
Yeah,
okay,
no, we're not. We're not winning. The numbers, so that's where I was going. I said, allow me to give you some numbers. Right now, more Republicans have early voted. Mm-hmm. There's 60,000 more Republicans.
I saw that today or something.
Yes, 60,000 more Republicans have turned in the ballot or show up at the polls.
Okay, so we need to push. So everybody push somebody. So go do early voting. If you have your ballot, don't bring it here and show it live on Facebook. Mail it out. Yeah, I'm gonna mail mine. Mail it out.
Or drop it.
Drop it. You can drop it.
Here's what I recommend. If you live in Broward County or anywhere in Florida, I know for sure in Broward County you have locations that you can take your ballot and drop it. Don't mail it. I'm hearing a lot of stories of people where they have mailed the ballot a couple days ago, 3-4 days ago, and it still doesn't show. So every vote counts.
Yes.
And if you want to make your vote count, at this time we are Tuesday?
Mm-hmm.
So
Tuesday.
The thing with the ballots is that they have to go to Miami.
I didn't know that part.
Yes, and then they get sorted out, and then they send them back to Broward County. So it's not postmarked. So it's received day. So if they're not received by Monday,
doesn't count.
It won't count.
So I happen to live near to the supervisor of elections, but for some people, it may need. Okay, candidates
Yes,
need help.
Hillary.
That's a good
Hi,
point.
Hillary. Yes.
So what about people who? Let me just finish this thought. So I'm gonna drop my ballot and a ballot for my aunt at the actual supervisor of elections. There's one very close to me.
Sorry to interrupt you. Hillary is the president of the Women's March Broward chapter.
Okay, well, thanks for joining and thanks for all the good work you're doing. And she asks a good question here, or she makes a good point. Candidates need help with canvassing. Someone out here watching this is saying, I want to help. We just have a few days left, and we need people at the polls, right, every day. Still,
every day. And we need people knocking on doors.
So how would I? I'm out here watching this. I have some time on my hands. I want to help. How can people help?
Okay, very simple. Depending on where you live, I can tell you about a few candidates right now. Andrew Gillum, go to andrewgillum.com.
Okay, right.
And
okay.
His webpage has all the events.
Okay.
Emma Cullum for District 93.
Okay.
Go to her page. She has events, or contact them.
Okay.
And you can get right now you can make phone calls from home,
okay,
reminding
good.
people. Reminding all those people, hey, turn your ballot.
Turn in the ballot.
Yeah.
So we're saying, go back to the ballot. So I'm going to drop mine off, but at the actual supervisor of elections, but there are also other drop-off places,
yes,
right?
there are quite a few drop-off places. If you go to the Dolphin Democrat Facebook page, we just posted today where the drop-off places are.
Okay, good.
Bring it there. At this point, don't mail it.
No mail. So
let's not trust the mail.
Deliver it. I want to say for people who can't vote, you might be not able to vote because of whether it's citizenship or maybe you're not even 18 years old. Tell somebody, get someone to vote. Someone out there who's registered to vote, who feels like, I'm too busy. You can get other people to vote, right? Or you can volunteer, right? So there's ways you don't have to.
Absolutely.
Right. So that's another way that people can help. Yes. Okay. So we just have a few minutes left. If anybody has any questions, this is a good time to ask. And I have just a couple more questions. You want to add anything?
I'm sorry?
Did you want to add anything?
Yeah,
go ahead.
It's just, there's a lot of good information in the Broward County ballot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we have on top of all the candidates, we have all the amendments. And the amendments, yes. And there's the county questions as well.
Okay.
So we created a palm card with all the candidates that we endorse and the recommendations for the amendments.
Okay, good.
We can go in for hours trying to go through every single amendment, but Amendment 4, it is so important.
Okay.
There are 1.5 million, I believe, people who have already served time and need their rights to be restored.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And unless you're a Republican or white, they're not restoring your rights. So we need to make sure that we pass Amendment 4. So vote yes on Amendment 4.
And those amendments can be really confusing. You're like, what is this? So
some of them are clean.
Yeah.
Like number 4 is clean. It's just restoration. Some others are come with the nicest part on top, and then the other not so nice at the bottom. So we have recommended no on those ones that are not clean. We can vote for them again later on once they eliminate all the.
Okay, great. So good point. So vote yes on 4. And Hillary, thank you for sharing the second
chances.
chance.
Yes, thank you, Hillary.
Help get people's rights restored to vote, right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and but it's important. It's important that people take time. I mean, there's so many organizations that have with super smart people that have actually reviewed that, and we have used their input to make our recommendations along with the Florida LGBTA Democratic Caucus. So check out Palm Cards. It's on our website, and bring it, print it, bring it to the ballot, and then just copy and paste.
Right. I'm glad you guys took the time to do that, because I looked at a sample for the amendments. I did that, and let me also, I'm colleagues with Jackie Paul, who's running for judge. Vote for Jackie, and Stephanie Camille Moon. They both will be outstanding judges in Broward County, so vote for them.
And if you live on District 93, District 93 runs from Deerfield Beach all the way right before the airport. Okay. So we have a fantastic candidate, Emma Cullum.
Okay, I've been hearing only good things about her.
Emma Cullum is running for the last Republican-held district in Broward County for State House. Okay. And here's the thing: it's like some people are skipping. I'm hearing stories about people skipping that part of the ballot. No. If Andrew Gillum doesn't have the support of the Democrats, he won't be able to do much.
He can't get his work done.
Yeah, he won't be able. So we gotta vote straight Democrat. And I know there are a lot of independents watching, but for once, please, just vote blue.
Yes. That's why I wore the blue today. And you got
and I got a blue jacket as well.
Nice blue. It happens to be my favorite color too, but yes, Democrats here. So so this is great work. I appreciate you doing all this work in the community. Please, everybody, go and vote. Make sure your friends are voting. If you have the ballot, take it in. Don't mail it. Early votes. Don't wait until next week Tuesday, right?
It takes an informed person. It takes about 8 to 10 minutes to complete everything from the moment you get in to get your ballot to complete everything.
Right.
Imagine an uninformed person on voting day.
Right.
It's gonna be at least 15 to 20 minutes.
Wow.
So the lines are gonna be a little longer. We have that advantage of voting early. Take advantage of it.
Right. So hopefully everybody here, either you have voted. I know many people said they have, or you're going to vote early voting. Let's see here. Okay, so Nick's not letting go. Nick is like, so we have here Alfredo Olvera, who is director of Dolphin Democrats. And Nick is saying that you should be the next president of the Dolphins. He works so hard for the community. I'm proud to know him. And he has my full support. So yes.
Thank you, Nick. Thank you.
So I think that you will be the next president. When's your election?
Well, it's in February. So here's the thing. It's like the Dolphin Democrats is a full democratic organization.
Right.
So we need people to serve on the board as directors. And we're having a presidential election in February. So I'm gonna run for it.
Okay.
And hopefully the members
will agree.
Like Nick.
I think Nick is campaigning for you.
I can see that.
Yeah,
Thank you, Nick.
I haven't been to one of your meetings, but I would like to come. I would like to come.
The next couple of meetings are gonna be a little more laid back, not so intense.
Because you've done all this work.
Yes.
Right. So I will come, and I don't live too far from where the meetings are at this point. So that's the good part. And before I go, I always want to share with people, in addition to producing the show Queer Qonversations, Very G TV produces an event called Thou Art Woman, and we're having a big weekend in March, and we were talking about that before, and we're having a mixer this Thursday at the Vanguard called Meet Me at the Vanguard. So we'll put the links after, but that's if you're in Fort Lauderdale. It's going to be a really lovely evening this Thursday, November 1st at 6 p.m. So please join us. And we're going to be wrapping up. I wrap up with what I call Queer Qonversation closing questions. I just say the question, you just give the answer pretty quickly.
Sure.
Anything else you want to say before we get into that?
Just go vote.
Go vote.
It's so
go
important.
And vote,
go
please.
and vote and bring your mom, bring your dad, bring your neighbors. Don't be afraid to ask.
Right.
Don't
and take
be
that
afraid
palm
to
card.
ask.
We're going to put the link, take that palm card with you. It's going to help you, especially with those amendments and all of those, right?
Yes, and here's the important thing about Florida, about every state. Like, even if we don't get the protections at the federal level, if we elect Andrew Gillum and hold cabinet and we take over the state house, we can get protections at the local level.
Okay, great. Yeah. Let's see here. We'll be okay. Great, thank you. I'm glad you'll be there. She's talking about the Vanguard mixer, and we can tell people about voting there again because that's this Thursday.
Yes.
So we'll make sure.
Perfect.
Yeah, so make sure that
I can give you some palm cards.
Yeah, give me some palm cards.
Yeah.
I will have palm cards. Nick, remind me. We're gonna have palm cards at the event on Thursday. And thank you everyone for joining. Carlene always joined from Jamaica. We have people from all over the world.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much to everyone for joining in. And Queer Qonversation closing questions. What inspires you?
Ooh, right now, politics, local politics inspire me.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
What makes you laugh?
Oh, cats.
Ah.
I hate them. I don't hate them, but they make me laugh. They're silly.
They're silly. Okay. And then, this is, what's sexy?
Oh, you know what? Andrew Gillum is sexy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I won't disagree with you. Yes. Okay. And what's so great about being gay?
You know that you get to live your best life.
Yes.
That's what's great. It's like once you're out and you surround yourself with amazing people who really care about their community.
Yes.
And care about everybody else, because we have all gone through that experience.
Yes.
So I find that amazing. Like there's a connection with your gay, lesbian, transgender people, and I think that's great.
It is.
It's a connection that probably straight people might not maybe they have it at a different level.
Right.
But for us, it's the struggle that we went
Right,
through.
exactly, exactly.
It brings us together.
Yeah, I'll be somewhere, sometimes at events, and I get emotional about how beautiful our community is. You know what I realized? Because I went through a journey where I didn't want to be gay, and felt it was a bad thing. And then when sometimes I'm like, it could be pride, or it's just a beautiful event that we're all there gathered, and I'm like, why would I try to escape this beautiful community? Because we all, like you said, most of us have this struggle. So we get there, it's this really beautiful place to be. Carlene said that your answer, I guess, who's sexy or sexy is B. Thank you. I guess that's your answer. But yes, thank you. But he's a gay man, so that makes sense, right? But yeah, and I agree. Okay. So,
and thank you, Hillary, for the nice comment that we missed on the screen.
Okay, and that's David. We're in his studio. He's joined.
Okay.
Thanks for joining. We're just wrapping up,
David.
David. Thanks for being able to use your studio here. We always appreciate it. He just left a photo shoot. So thank you, everyone, for joining. Go and vote. If you're interested in getting active in a political community, all year round, right? Not just during elections.
No, this doesn't stop. I mean,
all year round.
No matter what the result is on November 6th at 10 p.m., the fight continues.
Right. So I love that. So Dolphin Democrats every second Wednesday.
You got it.
Second Wednesday at the Pride Center. And Nick,
month.
hold me to it. I want to come to one of your meetings. I want maybe not November, maybe December. Yeah, or maybe January, but I'll come to one.
Whenever. Everybody is welcome. You just have to be a Democrat or an independent and come check it out.
Yeah, I think that's great. So thank you so much for sharing this information.
My pleasure.
I'm going to take the palm cards and bring them to the event.
Excellent.
Everybody go vote. It's so important. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.